West Ham United versus KAA Gent in the second leg of the quarter-final. Things are all square at the moment and 1-1 from the first leg away in Belgium. It's a game that gives West Ham a great opportunity here to get into another European semi-final for the second successive year. I mean, it's a really great opportunity for us. I actually felt that Gent played very well. I thought they looked very good. They're arguably the better side. I think they were in the first. Actually, arguably, I think people would agree. In the first leg, they were pretty good. It wasn't our best performances that night, but we did come away with a draw, which is good. We're taking things all level to London Stadium, where we like to think West Ham will have enough at home to deal with them. I actually think it's quite strange because the tournament to date, up to this point, has been quite comfortable. Most games we've dealt with quite well, home and away. We've not really had too many things that have been overly challenging for West Ham. This feels different. I think Gent are far more equipped and far more up for it. And it's going to be a difficult game. They're not going to roll over. They've shown that they're not going to. West Ham are going to be very, very aware of the situation and not be too complacent in this game. Having said that, I still think we've got enough to deal with them. It's going to be interesting in terms of team selection. We've just come off the back of a fabulous performance and result against Arsenal in the 2-2 draw against them. I think it gives us a real boost, a real breath of fresh air for this season. You just feel like, oh, come on. I'm actually looking forward now to facing Gent. I wasn't beforehand. I was actually quite dreading it because I was thinking we're going to be coming off the back of probably a heavily defeat against Arsenal. We're going to be feeling quite low. But actually, that's not the case now. I think it's the opposite. I'm like most now, looking forward to getting back to the stadium. I think I really do think we got something we might be able to build on here. And what a way to carry on a great week so far. We've got a draw against the league leaders, which was totally unexpected. Come back from 2-0 down to and all live on Sky. It's really given the club a real boost. And now to go into a quarter-final second leg, which can give our play. Let's book ourselves in the final four in this competition. I mean, what a way to get things rolling. And then before the Bournemouth game. Obviously, the one issue we're going to have in this game, well, there's a few issues we're going to do. They've got some good players, but Orban, Gift Orban, I think their striker, he's a real menace. It's a real, we're going to have to deal with him. It's going to be interesting as well how he's going to line up. I mean, I'm recording this a couple of days before the game, so I don't know really anything about the team news. I'm not too sure injuries from the Arsenal game. I don't believe there's hardly any. I think a couple of little knocks and tired legs, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. Of course, the only thing is Gianluca Scamacca is the only player at the moment we can say is definitely not going to be featuring. You imagine, though, Moyes will ring the changes. I think that Finn Downs will feature as well. If we start from the back, Areola, you imagine, will feature. I think there'll be Emerson will be back involved. I think there's going to be a bit of a shift around. I think he needs to do that as well. It'd be quite nice to see Ogbonna return to the team and also a Gerd. I'd like to see. I don't know enough of their injuries at this stage, what's going on, but that would be very encouraging to see them back and playing because we do want to get our, keep players fit, and also it keeps them match fit as well. Getting them involved in games. So I'd like to see that from West Ham. In terms of the midfield, I think that it's an opportunity, as I've said, for Downs. I think to stamp his mark. I imagine Rice will play. I think he will. I think it's important that he does. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a vital game. We don't want to, forget how important this is. This tournament is our ticket for European football again next season in the Europa League. We can win this tournament. We really can win it. We are favourites for a reason, and it's something we need to keep in our minds and not try to be too distracted with what's going on in the Premier League. It's a balancing act that Moyes has got to get right. And in his credit, he kind of has, in a sense, because we have dealt with the relegation battle. I'm talking about since the turn of the year. I think he's done quite well since this tournament's recommenced. I thought we've done okay in terms of balancing. I mean, and that's really important. It would be a wonderful way to go into the next weekend of football. And next week's a pivotal week for West Ham in terms of the Premier League because we've got 3 games in quick succession. This is a busy month. Let's not forget. I mean, after the Gent game, we then go to Bournemouth on the Sunday. I think we play Liverpool on the Wednesday, and I think the Saturday, we then play Crystal Palace away in the Premier League, which arguably those 3 games, if we can pick up, let's say 4, maybe 6 points out of those, that's us secured our Premier League safety, I think, for next season. So it's a vital time for us, and it would be wonderful to give that lift, get into that semi-final, because let's be honest, I mean, it's serious now, but once you get to the semi-finals, people really start taking notice. For bloody hell, like West Ham, they could win this. Because we haven't had much press about it. There's not too much noise about it. But I think once it starts getting to the semi-final stage, people start taking a real bit of notice. It'd be wonderful for West Ham to do it. But let's make no mistake, we've got to get through again. And they have already proven they can mix it with West Ham more. They're more than capable. They're a decent side. Having said that, though, I would say West Ham, we weren't at our best at all in Belgium. We didn't really get going. Didn't really settle the game down at all. I'd like to think now, after the lift of Sunday and that sort of performance, the crowd behind them, under the lights, at home, you think West Ham might have enough. I think it's one of those games we're going to need an early goal just to settle things down and take the game to them. But let's wait and see. It's going to be very interesting. I'd love to know your lineups. I'd like to know what you're thinking for this. For me, I'm going to go with Areola in goal. I think that would be important. And right back, I'm not sure. I'm still unsure. I want to say Ben Johnson. I think I probably will pick Ben Johnson for this game, possibly. I'm not sure. No, do you know what? I'm going to change my mind. No, I'm going to go Soufal. He was excellent against Arsenal, and as much I was trying to think of it as well, it'd be good for Johnson and good for his comments, but I'm actually thinking, no, this is a game I really want to win. I don't want to take any chances in this. I'm going to play Soufal. He was excellent against Arsenal. I hope he's. We're talking Thursday, so you'd like to think he will have enough in the tank then to go and play that game. That's what I'll go with, Soufal. I would then have. It depends who's available for it in terms of the back line. I want the best defenders available. I'd quite like to see our main defenders back. I'd like to see a good. I don't want to see a good not being picked. I appreciate he's made a couple of errors of late and things, and we have looked quite solid. Kira was excellent against Arsenal. I wouldn't even be too disappointed to see Kira play, maybe with a Gerd. But Ogbonna, I would like to see feature if he's fit, because he's actually been brilliant for us this season. Considering his age, he has been a really, really good player for us. Left back for me, Emerson. By the way, I'm saying back four. I want to stick to the back four system. I think it works. I think it works better for us. I really do. I don't know. I don't quite know how in the first leg we went from a back four we played at Fulham and played very well. Then we made it a back five against Gent and looked worse. So I actually want to abandon that. I don't think it's working very well. I'd rather stick with our back four route, and it seems to suit us better. Midfield, I would like to see Rice, Paqueta, and Downs play. I think that'd be good for us. I'd probably like to see Rice and Downs playing a bit more deeper, and then having Paqueta a bit more advanced in that position. Jared Bowen, for me, has to play. He was outstanding. My man of the match. I think he actually was the club's official man of the match for the Arsenal game, which is excellent. Left-hand wing, it's either going to be Benrahma or Cornet for me. Probably lean towards Cornet, actually. Benrahma was good against Arsenal, played well, but made a couple of mistakes in terms of the early goal. I think his tracking back wasn't good enough. I think he actually played all right. He didn't play badly at all. But no, I'd like to see Cornet. I mean, the fact he's fit now, he needs these games. He needs to be playing. We need to get the confidence building with him. Up front, it's a difficult one, really. I imagine Danny Ings will lead the line. I think that's what he's going to do. I'd like to keep Antonio fresh for these Premier League games. I'll be leaning a little bit towards Ings. Maybe Mabama, I would like to see involved. I imagine he will be on the bench at least. So I actually would quite like to see something like that happen. But look, that'd be my team. Okay, I'm probably going to lean towards then Danny Ings actually leading the line, having Antonio and Mabama on the bench. That's my sort of my team there. That's what I think how we will line up. Well, how I'd like to line up. I'm not saying that's how David Moyes will line up, but that's what I think. And I'm confident. I mean, this is what he does, isn't it? A decent result at West Ham, and we all go into this mad feeling of euphoria. I think we're going to beat everyone. But no, I genuinely do. I think I'm confident. I think we will be able to get the job done. And as I say, what a way to then lead into these crunch Premier League games, to come off the back of a good result against Arsenal, get into the semi-final if we can. It gives the club a big, big lift. And then we've got, as I say, there's 3 games in the Premier League where if we can get it right, if we can get a couple of good results there, then that's it. We can enjoy the rest of the season. Finally, you can actually breathe and enjoy some football, because it has been a long time. This has been a slog this season. I will say, I've been talking about in a previous video, West Ham fans on here, brilliant. And at that ground the other day, excellent. It really was. It was so brilliant to see everyone so united and really enjoying things. And onwards and upwards. And come on, your irons.